Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to go over my template for the upcoming UEFA Euro 2024 tournament. And so what this template is going to allow you to do is to track the games, print out a schedule, and see what the time of the matches is based on your local time zone. You can compare results, prediction results with your friends, and just basically track the tournament from start to finish. So on this actuals tab, this is where you'd want to enter in your actual results. So I've got another tab for predictions and prediction results. So as you can imagine, this blank one, this is where you'll enter your predictions, but everything is going to get compared against the actuals. If you just want to track it, then obviously you just use the actuals tab, and that's basically it. So how it works is, as the games progress, we'll enter the scores for all these, and then you'll notice off to the right these tables are automatically going to update. So as I enter these scores, so I'm just going to put 1-0 for everything. The key thing is to just put it in this format where you've got the number colon other team's number, so you've got the same format, just so it recognizes it properly. So I'll paste these all the way down, and so you can see that the knockout stage automatically gets filled in based on those standings. So let's continue on. Just putting 1-0 for everything and pasting it that. So based on that, Spain would beat Belgium in the final. So that's obviously a really simplified approach. Now, if we're in the knockout stages and there's a draw, what you can do is, if I enter this as 1-1, there'll be a box that shows up to allow me to enter the score in extra time. So let's say it's still 1-1, or the score's 1-1 in extra time, then we can enter in the penalties as well. So if there's a shootout, we can say, okay, Germany won 5-4 in penalties. And so that'll update the calculations as well, but allow you to enter in the score separately from the score in extra time and the score in the penalties, right? So in this assumption, it's 1-1 during the 90 minutes, and then another 2 goals were scored in the extra time, and then the score in the penalties. So that'll tell you that. So you can specify that way, as opposed to just entering in, forcing to put it in as, let's say, 3-2 or something like that. So this way you can put exactly what the score was in each one of those stages. And so based on how you enter these, based on as you enter these scores, these tables will automatically update. Now, I've built in a fair bit of tiebreakers into here, but obviously things can get really complex and come down to things like fair play points and stuff like that. So rather than making it too complicated, I've allowed you to just enter some overrides in the case that, some of these tables aren't exactly as they should be. So let's say in this example, let's say Scotland should be above Germany based on the tiebreaker, right? So what we could do is type in Scotland for the team, and for the override, put their position, so number 1, and then Germany set to 2, and so we can flip those. So if it's not appearing properly, just make sure to list out all the teams just to be safe for the group, just to make sure that the override applies properly. In this case, I just had to enter Scotland and Germany since I was just flipping their positions. So if you don't want the override, you can remove it, obviously, if it's calculating properly. Last time I did this for 2022, this wasn't necessarily calculated properly, so I don't think it should be an issue, but just in the case it is, it's there for you to apply those overrides if you need to. And similarly, you can do the same thing for the third place, because based on the third place finishers, some of those will move on to the knockout stages, some won't. As you can see, some are highlighted in blue here to indicate that they are among the top third place finishers. So that's how that works. And so if you're making predictions, you could just go on the prediction blank tab, enter your predictions, and what you could do is, once you're done entering your predictions, post them on the prediction.results tab, where we've got the name of the person making the predictions, the game number, the team's score, the extra time, and the penalties values. So basically you're just matching up the headers here to make sure that everything's populating in the right place. And then, you can go to the data tab and do a refresh, and this table, this chart will automatically update. And I've also got scoring rules here as well. So let's say you want to assign a different number of points based on the total number of goals if someone gets it right, excluding penalties, the correct result overall, correct score, including penalties. So there's a lot of different metrics that I've set up here that you can use to assign scores, even for getting the correct teams to the knockout stages. So if I go back to the actuals tab, and this will be the same as the predictions, as you enter these scores, there's a place down here that shows you which teams you expect to get to which stages. And so there you can reward people for getting the right teams into the right stages, even though if the exact scores or results aren't exactly correct. And then I also set an option for number of shootouts as well, so that based on the number of games you have going into penalties, you can track that as well. So if you want to use that as a tiebreaker for predictions, let's say. So that's how that works. The key thing really is just entering these values, and then anyone who's making a prediction, fill out their own, and then copy that into here with their name, do a refresh, and that'll update based on these scoring rules. So that's how it's going to work. And again, everything's going to tie back to that actuals. This is basically what your predictions are going to compare against. So it's important that this is accurate. Now, as far as the schedule goes, so I've got the date and time of these matches here. So these are based on the local time, but your local time can vary, obviously. And so there's an option here to put in an adjustment for your time zone. So, for example, if you're on the East Coast, your GMT adjustment will be -4, the East Coast in the US. If, let's say, you're on the West Coast, you might use -7 in that case. And so those times will automatically update. And so it can help you track the schedule and the games more easily this way. And let's say you also wanted to track certain teams. So let's say we wanted to track Italy and England. By entering that, we'll have those matches highlighted. Any match that involves Italy or England will be highlighted on my schedule, so that if I want to specifically focus on those matches, I can do that easily on here. Another option that you can do is there is this printout tab. And so how this works is this is the same schedule as on the actuals tab. The main benefit here is if, let's say, you wanted to print this out as a one-pager, easy to print out, because on this actuals tab, it's more designed for entering in your predictions and results. But if you actually want to track the matches or just print it out something that's a bit easier to follow, then you can use this white printout tab, and you can use the AM/PM format or the 24-hour time, depending on how you wanted to view these times. And this will, again, be based on the time zone you've entered here. So we've got a 12 p.m. start for Germany and Scotland. That ties into this. But if I change this to -4, we've got 3 p.m. and then 3 p.m. here. And these dates will also update based on your time zone. And similarly, you can set a watch list for certain teams. So again, let's go back to setting Italy and England. And that'll highlight on this schedule. So again, making it a bit easier for you to track it if you wanted to. And then you just print this out, and it's an easy one-pager that you can easily have to track the games, and also highlighting which teams specifically that you wanted to track. Obviously, the downside is you won't know the knockout stages ahead of time which teams are involved, but at least for the round robin, for the group stages, you can see which teams are playing when. So that's a wrap for this video on my Euro 2024 prediction template and schedule tracker. So I'll leave a link in the description for this video if you'd like to download it. It's completely free to use. All I ask for is just, if you do like it, please leave a like and be sure to subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.